Right, we got a lovely old building here today, and she needs a bit of repair. So, what can we see? A lot of green stain at the bottom of the water. We know it's wet. High ground levels. All of this needs reducing. The dreaded water butt. I've been doing videos about these for ages. There's a drain off tap been put on, but you can still see it's not draining off properly, and it's all leaking down the side, so you're losing a lot of water down there. Now, a little tip for surveyors, to be fair, when anyone's specifying repairs, lots of people going about saying concrete render and all this, well, it's actually sand and cement. So this is what you sort of normally see, a bit yellowy, a bit greyy. But this stuff here, when you see this is like granite. This is called mendip dust. It is absolutely rock hard. The only way you're getting that off, like smashing them bricks to pieces, is grinding it and cutting it all up. That is the only way you're going to do it. Look at this building here. You can see you've got different bricks. So you've got older bricks, a lot thinner, longer, bigger ones there. You can see the new lintel in there. That was something we put in ages ago because basically there was no lintel above the window, lost the latch, and it had lost lateral restraint on there a little bit, went even tied in, but nothing serious had occurred, shall we say. But yeah, you've got high ground levels there, bridging render, all the basics. Obviously you've got quite a lot of water coming off that gutter and down that downpipe. So you've got to think as well, trying to drain all that off. Sometimes it's best to put a hose pipe on the bottom as well, drain it off down the garden. Obviously take it to a soak away, more expensive, you've got to put one in, or drainage or what have you, but if you haven't got one, that's an option, I always say. Now, coming back to here, that is a big roof. It's probably 20 odd square meters or something like that. All of that is coming down there, and that is basically a fake soak away. There's nothing there. Put the camera down there, there's nothing there. And we're going to come back to the back of the house now. Now this building is very wet, very wet. So you've got to start thinking why. So you can see they've taken a bit of render off just to see what was there. And fortunately they did, to be fair, because you can see you've got a big old ashlar into here, and you can see the cracking. And that cracking is mirrored inside as well. You can see there's nothing bearing on the ends either there. Like there, it's just sat on lining basically. Again, rock hard mendip dust. Inside the plaster's off. This has all been butt jointed, and it's the same as that extension there. So you've got drain coming along here, all the way along here, which I've just mapped out. Rigid! Goes all the way along here. And it comes down there, and then it runs off here. So why is it really important to map out these drains? Because sometimes with the old buildings you get multiple drains, old stuff might have you, and you've got to really be able to understand everything. And if you can find a defect, you know how to repair it and offer the right advice. So, you know, this is obviously basic. The downpipe hasn't been connected for ages, but I've just kicked all this away, and you can see, look, it's a pan connector. Basically it's all rotten through. So I'd imagine you're probably going to be losing 50-75% of the volume of water coming down there into that ground there, saturated it. That was when it was connected up. Now, really important as well, like I say, this comes along here now and goes to there. So if you could just see in there now, there's a little bit of water coming through, and it's running down there and it's running down there. What I want to show you is this. There's some real bad damage to this drain here, and you can just see the water. I've just put it on really gently so you can see on the tap. It's all running down the sides and it's all running down the back. Someone's got a bit of plastic, slit it down there and squeezed it in, and they've put some bag around it, and they've probably like cemented and concreted around or something along them sort of lines. So it's really important when you're carrying out a survey not to be lazy. Make that little bit of effort. So I've gone round to the neighbours, carried all the kit round, got their mano up, come back through, and this is what I could see. So basically I can't really see any more from the other side, but this side there's some big voids in there between there as well. But I want to make sure there's no other further damage, because we need to give the best advice. And making that little bit of effort, like in this case, we can actually see there's damage the other side, but the rest of it's okay, which is really good. Now, you got a fence here. it's not unusual for a fencer to put a post in, hit the drain. That's what's happened there. That's what's happened there. I would have thought so. The fence was put up many years ago. It's probably blew a hole in it, probably done that, most probably. You know, I can't blame the chap, I don't know what's happening. But this is something that's paramount as well. Again, when you're going down the road of eliminating everything, you're looking at there, coming down pipe. That's a lot of water coming off that roof, and I mean a lot of water. So that down pipe comes down there, comes along the side of that flat roof, and it all drains down there. Now, realistically, I think that down pipe there is going to struggle with that amount of capacity. But at the moment, I know that it's blocked down there, so I've just been down there and literally scratched myself to pieces. Water is running down, but it's all soaking down there as well. So, you know, you ain't got to be a rocket scientist to think there is so many things going wrong, you know, causing all these damp issues, that you've really got to think about before you start spending any wonga, because you ain't gonna get any value for money. Like I say, the previous lime stuff, it's all stained up, waste of time. So realistically, most important things are get the drains connected up here, get them away, get that repair done, get it dried down. If you've got limited budget, I mean if you haven't got enough money to do everything, because this is a lot of money, get those ground levels down, at least get that render off at low level, get the building as weather tight as you can. You can leave it like this, to be fair, so you can actually see it is actually quite dry. I've had a bit of rain on there, it's not too bad. Obviously you don't want it sort of like left down here and up there, because it will get in around the back of there, and it, you know, first floor timbers are going to be you know, vulnerable, shall we say. But just getting that render off, getting them ground levels down, getting all that drain fixed, getting them start soak away. So even with that one there, see, you can bring that round here, just put it into there, or take it off away from the building, something. Just if you've got limited money, limited budget. But it's really important as well, and I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to keep saying it and keep saying it. When you get a chartered surveyor, do a building survey, and they say to you to go and get a drain survey, do not skimp. Because do you know what? All of these sort of things, if you've got a decent drainage engineer coming out, they will find it. They will find them, and you've got a chance to negotiate. But when you've got stuff like that, you cannot claim on your insurance, because that's just poor workmanship. They're not going to pay out for stuff like that. But I hope this has been of some use. And if I'm going to be doing all the repairs down there, I'll do a couple of videos on there so you can see it all. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon on the next one.